Hello, welcome again. Salam, shalom, and peace be upon you. First and foremost, I just want to say again thank you to the ones who did pray on behalf of my wife, Jessica. Um, I really pray and hope that God keeps you and blesses you even more abundantly. And just for doing that, just for praying for my wife. You know, like I've said in my urgent prayers video, I just can't do without her. Um, it would it would literally probably destroy me if something was to happen to her. Um, we've got a 14-year-old. We even have a year and a half old son. I don't think any of us can do without her. In fact, I know none of us can do without her. I've already told her that, and I've swore by God that if anything was to ever happen, she's it for me. I can't, and I'm saying this on the internet, even on YouTube. That way it can be a fact too. And my word, what I say, my word does not go void. My word, I stand on promises. When I say something, it's not gonna return. It's gonna keep going forward. But like as I told you in one of my other videos, if you will subscribe to my channels, click like, share them with your friends, throw my YouTube channel out there, throw it around, get people to start learning the fear of the Lord. Because in Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7 it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge or wisdom or something like that. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So it's the beginning of the Lord, or the beginning of the fear, the beginning. I done lost what I was saying. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, but fools despise the beginning. Excuse me. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's Proverbs 1:7. And I apologize. It took me 20 minutes to get that out. I never have problems with that kind of stuff. But anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and start this study. What if I told you, and a lot of you are going to be like, shocked. I can't believe he just said that. Did you hear that? Call the president. But you know what? Your own Bibles are going to tell you the same exact thing. Let's rock Christianity together. Let's show Christianity who they're truly worshiping. In a good way, though. I don't mean in a bad way. Not at all. Because the same God that Christians do worship, I worship that same exact God. But I'm not a Christian, though. That's the thing. It's not about Christianity, once again. It's not about religion. It's about your relationship with your Creator. You have been here, and this, like I said, it's another study. You have been here since the beginning of time. And it's about, keeping your Lord in remembrance. Even the Bible talks that, keeping God in remembrance and, meditating on his name and, always thinking on him. But what if I told you that your God, our God, the God of Jesus, is not just good, but good and evil? What if I told you these things? And what if I said, why would I lie to you when it's all right here in the King James Version? I don't think you could see it unless that was it. That's close enough though. Holy Bible. Actually, King James. Oh, it's down here at the very bottom. And you probably still can't see that. Actually, you know what? Oh, it's right here. My bad, but it's real faded. You can't even see it on the camera. Anyways, so let's go ahead and go through some scriptures on this, God being good and evil. Let's start off with evil from God. Let's go to the book of Lamentations, shall we? That one's not really and if you give me just a second, because this one's going to take me a second to find it as well, because I have to dig as well. I know where it's at though. Just give me a second. Or kind of getting there, I think. If you give me just a second, though. Sorry. Okay. This is a trip. I never have problems finding what I'm looking for. Folks, I really apologize again. Give me just a second. But the things, like I was saying, that we're going to be studying is going to be, it's going to be very, very, very relevant to some of the things that we're going to be studying on. You're going to have to remember these. I said Lamentations. So, okay, I was right on the money. I guess I just passed it up. It's right after the book of, there it is right there. Okay, I passed it up because Lamentations is such a short book. Okay, Lamentations chapter 3. Let's go ahead and go to chapter 3, and we're going to start in verse 38. So chapter 3, verse 38 to 39. It says, out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good? Wherefore doth a living man complain, a man for the punishment of his sins? Out of the mouth of the Most High proceeds not evil and good? He's asking you, does not evil and good come from the mouth of the Most High? Let's go ahead and go to 2 Samuel chapter 12. Chapter 12, verse 11. So 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 11 says, and real quick, once again, I urge and ask you, get a pen, get a paper, get a notepad, whatever, follow along, write these scriptures down if that's what you have to do. Because later on down the line, everything, especially probably towards the last of all of my videos, and I'm not sure how long it's going to go, it depends. It might go on for another year, it might go on for another 5 years, it might go on until he comes back. We don't know that. But it's going to be very, very important to write down these notes, because later on you're going to need these to remember what was it that he said and what video was that he said that in. So don't let that happen to you. So go ahead and get you a notepad and a pen. You can pause it or whatever if you want to. If not, let me go ahead and finish this up. 2 Samuel 12:11, it says, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives from before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor. And he shall lie with your wives, thy wives, in the sight of this son, the son that we see, S-U-N, son. So he's saying, and which this reminds me of our previous video that you were with me on the blessings, the promises of blessings and promises of curses, which was found in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Right there, you remember in that video I talked about how one of those curses is, it says that thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. And I said that was for the men. That's a scary thought, to know that you love your wife with all of your heart, with everything in you, and then come to find out she's cheating on you like that. This is what this is talking about. This is saying that one of those curses is that you. It says it talked about a man shall betroth a wife, and she shall lie. 28. I do apologize right here. 28. It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. That's scary right there on its own. And that right there is a curse from the Lord. That's a promised curse. Promised curses for disobedience. That was one of them. In other words, evil will come upon those people who are disobedient to the Lord. Because it says right here, once again, 2 Samuel 12:11, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and will take thy wives from before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of the sun. Your wives are gonna cheat on you. These are promised curses, not blessings. This is a promised evil from the Lord. Curses are evil. There's no other explanation for what a curse is. Let's continue this study once again to get to who God is, or what is his characteristics, his traits, should I say. Let's go ahead and go to 1 Kings chapter 14. 1 Kings chapter 14. Verse 10 says, Therefore, behold, I will bring evil upon the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam him that pisses against the wall, the male, in other words. And this was in here, and I forgot this was in here, and I hope I didn't offend any YouTube viewers. But yes, our Bible says the word piss, pissing against the wall. It's talking about male right here. The female can't piss against the wall. Now you know why I cuss, people, or why it seems inappropriate when I do. But I won't hear the Christians say the word piss. Yes, I will. I do apologize, and I have a million times. Okay, so let's go ahead and read that one more time, verse 10. Therefore, behold, I will bring evil upon the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam him that pisses against the wall, and him that is shut up and left in Israel, and will take away the remnant of the house of Jeroboam, as a man taketh away dung, till it be all gone. That's talking about the male, the men, the boys. So far do we see here that God can bring evil upon whom he pleases? Yes, it even says so right there. We read it also, 2 Samuel 12:11. We read in Lamentations. Let's go ahead and go back to the book of Samuel, but this time 1 Samuel. Let's go to the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. 1 Samuel chapter 16. If you're not there yet, go ahead and get there, pause it, whatever. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 23. And it says this, And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from who? From God. When the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took a harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. Can God send out evil spirits? Yes, of course he can. Let's go ahead, stay in the same book, 1 Samuel. Let's go to chapter 19. Chapter 19, let's look in verse 9. Once again, if you need to pause it, pause it. 19:9 says, And the evil spirit from the Lord was upon Saul, as he sat in his house with his javelin in his hand, and David played with his hand. So once again, does not good proceed out of the mouth of the Most High? Good and evil, does not that proceed out of the mouth of the Most High? Good and evil. If he can send you blessings, he can send you curses as well. If he can send you curses, he can send you blessings. We read that about that in Deuteronomy chapter 28, our last study. Once again, promised blessings and curses of God. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to our last verse, if you don't mind. Let's go ahead and go to the book of Isaiah. Go ahead and go to chapter 45, Isaiah 45, verse 7. And are you ready to hear this one? If you're not ready, I suggest you close your Bibles. X out of my channel, because this part may rock you, may shake your foundations. So let's go ahead and read this. Isaiah 45, verse 7. He said, I form the light. Only God does this. He says, and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. Last line. He says, I, the Lord, do all these things. Creates good and evil, sends evil spirits upon the disobedient. He promises blessings. He promises curses. He promises good. He promises evil. You ever heard The Godfather? Those movies? You know, he said, well, he doesn't say, I don't know how to quote it, but he's basically like these mobster bosses. You know, you do me right, I'm going to do you right. You do me wrong, I'm going to do you wrong. Same thing with God. You do him right, watch all the blessings pour into your lap. Do God wrong. For the men, do God wrong and see if your wife doesn't lay with another man. See if she doesn't cheat on you. That's an example. We read through that. Once again, in my previous video, we talked about that, the promised blessings, the promises of the blessings and curses from God for the obedience and disobedient. So you've read with me what God is capable of. Out of the mouth of the Most High does not proceed good and evil. There's other things that I have thought about. You know, nobody has seen the devil either. In fact, the devil is actually just an influence of the bad side. Remember, I told you there's two sides to a coin. The evil is the bad influence. The good is the good influence. I'm thinking about doing something. I'm thinking about every Sabbath, every Saturday, having a live streaming Bible study and just letting the Holy Spirit flow. And this could take an hour, could take 2 hours, depending. This kind of a study like that. Because when we go into study, when this family studies, we study. Like we study. Go ahead, click subscribe, like, comment, share my videos with your friends and family. Throw my YouTube channel out there. And remember one thing, as I've said before, I'm responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how you take it. So, stick with me again. We'll have some more kind of like shocked by the Bible type studies. Things that you didn't know about, things that your preacher either knows about and doesn't want to say, or he has no clue about it either. But once again, click subscribe, like, comment, share my videos to get more. I'm trying to do these on a daily basis. Yesterday was not very good of a day to do another video, as we were not at home. I think the last one I did was the day before. Anyways, I'm going to try to get 1 to 2 videos out a day. But see, I need more subscribers, people. I need that extra push. I need to know people are listening. I need to know people want this truth. This is a universal truth, people. Through my videos, you're going to hear a lot of logic. You're going to hear a lot of even scientifical type facts. You're going to hear truth, because I believe, and this family believes, the Bible is full of truth. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So, take care. God bless. Salam, shalom, and what?
Peace be upon you.
And peace be upon you.